Profile of greatness. Don't look for big things, just do small things with great love. She was an Albanian citizen in India. She was Agnes, Nobel Prize winner in 1979. The great lady had big dreams. She set out to change the world, one person at a time. Her work with the people she called the poorest of the poor, her advocacy for human rights and her tireless faith made her savior to thousands. But her grand goals were based on a simple commitment to give. Before you speak, it is necessary for you to listen, for God speaks in the silence of the heart. Guess who? Mother Teresa, a profile of greatness, a great lady of passion. Mother Teresa was born as Agnes on August 26, 1910. She was the youngest of the child of a humble Albanian. Her father passed away when she was 6, and by the time she turned 12, she knew her calling was to be a missionary. She left home at 18 to join the Institute of the Blessed Virgin Mary, or the Sisters of Loreto, in Ireland. She chose the name Sister Mary Teresa after Saint Teresa, and a few months later left for Calcutta in India to join the sisters. They are working as missionaries. Sister Teresa took her first vows as a Catholic nun and became teaching at St. Mary's School for girls. She taught in Calcutta until 1948, becoming the school's principal in 1944. During that time, she also made her final profession of vows, became Mother Teresa. As a teacher, she was known as unselfish, loving and joyful, and she showed a natural bent for hard work and organization. When a poor person dies of hunger, it has not happened because God did not take care of him or her. It has happened because neither you nor I wanted to give that person what he or she needed. Daily Mother Teresa visited families living in slums, nursing those weak with hunger and dying of tuberculosis. She started an outdoor school for destitute children and focused on returning dignity to the poor. Despite all the indignities they suffered, with the help of volunteers, including her former students, along with the increasing financial donations, she soon expanded her work for the unwanted, the unloved, and the uncared. Mother Teresa persuaded the citizens of Calcutta that leprosy was not contagious. She helped the leprosy-afflicted people to build a self-supporting colony at Tagda. Mother Teresa offered solace to the dying. She rescued children from dustbins. She was mother to them. She cared for them, protected them. In 1950, Mother Teresa received permission from Pope Paul VI to establish the new Congregation of Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta. Under her guidance, the sisters traveled part of India, spreading a message of hope to people in need, regardless of religious affiliation. People of all nationalities soon joined her cause, and international media began to acknowledge her remarkable sacrifice. Over the years, other branches of the order, including lay missionaries, were added, and the society became an international religious family. Today, foundations on every continent serve as hospice and homes for the destitute and those suffering from HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, alcoholism, and leprosy. The society's members oversee orphanages, schools, and children's and family counseling services, as well as providing relief work and aid to refugees in times of natural disaster. Little things are indeed little, but to be faithful in little things is a great thing. Mother Teresa believed no act of kindness too small to have impact. She encouraged people to look for the needy in their neighborhoods, even in their own homes. There is a terrible hunger for love. We all experience that in our lives. The pain, the loneliness. We must have the courage to recognize it. The poor you may have right in our own family. Find them, love them. She received numerous awards over her lifetime, including the Indian Padma Shri Award, the John Paul XXIII Peace Prize, the Kennedy Prize, the Nehru Prize, the Balzan Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize, and the United States President Medal of Honor of Freedom, and the Congressional Gold Medal. Despite her image as a heroic figure, Mother Teresa suffered decades of inner turmoil. Letters and journals entries released after her death reveal her periodic doubts and emotional agony. In 1957, after she founded the Missionaries of Charity, she wrote to the Archbishop of Calcutta about her personal crisis. I found no words to express the depth of the darkness. Those periods of doubt and perceived disconnectedness continued until her death. Despite her painful personal journey, Mother Teresa found the courage and the dedication to continue her work with the poor. Even on days when she experienced deep despair and a crisis of faith, she got out of bed, prayed, and went out into the streets to help those who needed her. Over the years, she came to believe that this inner struggle allowed her to more fully experience her convictions and empathize with those she wished to help. Mother Teresa continued her active role as a superior general of the Missionaries of Charity until the last year of her life, despite her health problems. When she blessed her successor in 1997, the society had nearly 4,000 sisters, 300 brothers, and more than 100,000 lay volunteers who oversaw 610 houses in 123 countries. She made a final visit to Pope John Paul II before she passed away in Calcutta, September 5, 1997. The government of India honored her with the State of funeral, and today her tomb remains a place of pilgrimage and a prayer for thousands of visitors. In October 2003, Pope John Paul II beatified Mother Teresa, bestowing on her the title of Blessed Teresa of Calcutta. Drawing a crowd of 300,000 gathered in St. Peter's Square. Beatification is the third step in the four-step process of canonization in the Catholic Church. Mother Teresa's life serves as a lesson in how one can accomplish great things by working diligently and selflessly on small things daily. As I often say to people who tell me that they would like to serve the poor as I do, Mother Teresa said, "What I can do, you cannot. What you can do, I cannot. But together we can do something beautiful for God." Lessons for life. Mother Teresa had a solid personal foundation that kept her going through all the turmoil and challenges in her life. The way she ran her missions was all about courage and faith to touch her unequal dreams. Her most enduring qualities were her ability to keep smiling and loving even faced with harshest of challenges. If you come from a place of love and with a mindset of helping, then somehow you will find the ability and internal resources to do so. She dedicated whole life for people with less fortune while telling world about our duty to care for others. When we look around at other people, often it's difficult to see or listen them without being judgmental, which shows a lack of humility on our part. What can be learned from the life of Mother Teresa is that if you stop judging people, it opens your heart so you will be able to really love them. Yet another lesson we can learn from this extraordinary woman is that forgiveness. She loved and cared people in the same way with forgiveness in heart for the people who made mistakes. Forgiveness eases our heart and strengthens human relationships. Mother Teresa lived out each day incredibly, spending every moment helping others. Live each second of life fully while fulfilling your duty as a human is another lesson she taught. It is easier to wait for others to lead the way. However, Mother Teresa's philosophy was to do it alone, and instead of waiting for a leader, become one. Those lessons not only remind our social obligations, they add values to person's personal life too. Mother Teresa. Let us love one another as God loves each one of us.